So I had some questions about what's the difference between lazy keto versus dirty keto. So let's chat about that. It means that they're not counting calories and they're not counting ketones. So you're only going to focus on carbs, keeping your carbs below 50 grams, and those are net carbs. Okay, so you would minus the fiber. So you do moderate protein, roughly between 3 to 8 ounces per meal, which comes out to roughly about 1 to 2 servings, which is the size of your palm, of protein for men, and about 1 serving, or the size of your palm, for women. Now you want to do high fat, but you're again not looking at calories. Most of the fat's going to be within the protein, but you're definitely not focusing on the quality of those macros. Now, to differentiate dirty keto, you're not focused on quality. You're going to fast food places, for example, and let's say you have burger without the bun and you have some processed cheese on there and some bacon. None of it is grass-fed. It's just basically what they're serving you, but you're not doing the bun. And so the differentiating factor between lazy and dirty is lazy is you're not really focusing on counting anything, and dirty keto, you're not focused on the quality of those calories. And so if you're at a restaurant, a fast food restaurant, they're going to probably give you MSG. You're not concerned about that. There's probably going to be less nutrients. You're not going to be worried about that. It's definitely not going to be organic, so there's going to be pesticides and maybe glyphosate because it's going to be GMO. And you're probably going to have higher amounts of omega-6 fatty acids. So your salad dressing might have soy oil or corn oil or canola or cottonseed. You're not concerned about that. You could even have trans fats. So that's what dirty keto is. And one more point about carbohydrates. So the goal is to keep your carbs below 50 grams, right? Well, both lazy and dirty keto are not looking at the type of carbohydrates. So let's say, for example, you go to the grocery store and you have peanut butter and you're buying that. Typically, you have to read the label because a lot of peanut butter has sugar in it. And so if you're doing dirty keto, you're not going to be too concerned with the actual added sugar that's in the peanut butter. You'll count it, but you have to realize that that sugar is added, could be GMO, and it's very high on the glycemic index, so it's going to definitely spike your blood sugars, compared to, let's say, the sugar in berries, which has all the fiber. It's more of a natural type sugar. It's not added sugar, it's within the food, and so it's a higher quality sugar than the sugar that they add. Because I just wanted to bring that out because the type of keto that I always recommend is the healthy keto, which has not just the right macro ratios, but it's nutrient dense, and you're definitely focusing on the quality of food. Organic, grass-fed, wild-caught, pasture-raised. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting.
I talk about the 10 fat-burning triggers and blockers and fat-burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.